Hey Taurus, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for December 11th, 2024. This is for Taurus. Last shuffle for Taurus. Thankfully, I got over whatever this cold was. Oh my gosh. This was a weird one. We have optimism and loss here. And so they're saying that you've got to be optimistic that there's a certain, whatever you lost or felt like you lost, whatever you feel has escaped you, walked away from you, if you feel like there's something that wasn't working for you anyway, that, you know what I mean? Spirit's like, listen, it wasn't working for you anyway. And if it's lost, you may want to look at it and go, yeah, I mean, that was something that we didn't need anyway. Whatever it is, it's something old. It's something that's outdated. It's something that was holding you back from being independent. It was like codependent kind of vibe. You know, like you have something in your life that's just like, this is sucking me dry. Maybe you kept it plugged up. It could be anything. It could be anything. I'm saying plugged up because sometimes we keep something and it's not doing us any good, but it's raising our bills up to the max degree. And then when you finally toss it, you don't even need it in the first place. All of a sudden your bills go down. It's like, that's happened to me before. I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm just keeping something around with dust all over it for no reason. Okay. Um, Now, yeah, the cold was ridiculous. Okay. And when I got it, it went away. Then it came back with a vengeance the next day. As soon as I was like, yay, hallelujah, I'm done. It was like, nah, I'm going to beat you up a little bit more today. But today I feel better. So I'm like concerned. Is it going to come back? Two of Pentacles over this whole reading speaks a lot about changes. So usually Two of Pentacles is about having one foot in and one foot out, or about trying to establish a balance, having a lot of things up in the air and being like, well, I figured out a way to make sure that all this stuff works and is in perfect symbiosis, or whatever the word would be for that. And Queen of Pentacles, Page of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, Hierophant, with optimism. This is a thought process or an understanding or an awareness that to also to pay attention to everything, because things are going to change. But this is positive change. It's not the kind of change where you're going to be like, holy crap. But the kind of change that it's like something that you were loyal to, or something that you were doing that you may not have realized that you have just became a routine, and maybe it was difficult to let go of because it was just part of your everyday day-to-day process that maybe wasn't useful, right? Nine of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles, whatever this was, it wasn't really building anything. It was just kind of like there. And perhaps um, no matter how much you would speak on, I need to be, what's the word? I need something to build or get better, or I would like to be independent of something. Maybe, and like I said, I only brought up bills because for some reason now that it is kind of showing something like that, where something may have been up and down, and you may not have realized that something you were doing, something that you were keeping around, even someone, was just costing more than it needed to. Or perhaps it was taking more from you and it wasn't really doing anything. Like everything you were saying you wanted to build, there was always that obstacle. And the obstacle was this thing that maybe, or this person that we were holding on to that, would make some changes, but still would do, it really wouldn't make a dent in something that you needed to grow. You needed something to turn over, and whatever it was, it just couldn't turn over. They're asking you to be aware of the things that change, that make a difference in a positive way. So whatever changes you make, they want you to be very like, maybe I'll just turn it this way. Maybe the candle will last longer. Pay attention to that, because they're saying be optimistic that the changes that you're making are going to be beneficial. And they're talking about whenever you do make changes, make sure it's something that makes you feel that it feels good, that you feel satisfied about it. Like it's not gonna kill you to change this. It's not going to take anything away from you to change it. But watch how things change in a positive way. Watch how it benefits you. Watch how a load is dropped off your shoulders. Okay. You have joyous fun here with the Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. So the joyous fun would be here that you are. It seems like they want you to be in an energy of avoiding too much hard work, right? If it's going to cost you too much, if it's going to cost you too much energy, time, or materials, they want you to cut that, ignore that, avoid that. avoid it at all costs. Okay. So that's interesting. They want you to know that whatever it is that you want is at your fingertips. That we haven't run out of resources, is what this is also saying. Spirit wants you to understand that the changes you make, don't be dismayed or feel as though things cannot change for you. You cannot be a millionaire. You cannot overcome this obstacle. You cannot have success. You can't think this way, because they're saying that what can be had, well, what has been created by one can be had by all, meaning that we have infinite resources and there's still something left for you. You know what I mean? Because that's something that keeps us away, the thought process of scarcity. I'm not seeing that you have that thought process. But when we get used to a certain way of life or a certain routine, sometimes it's very difficult to imagine that things could be better, right? I mean, we want it to be better, but can you really imagine it being better? Because it's been this way for so long. But so they're throwing out here that if it is too much work, then it is to be avoided. Okay, that this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be one of those days where it's like they want you to be singing "Oh Happy Day." Okay, I don't know if y'all ever saw Sister Act, but that was like my favorite. I think it was Sister Act Part 2 when Lauryn Hill was in it. Oh my gosh, that was like my movie. Do you understand? My movie. But you should be singing "Oh Happy Day" as hard as the boy was singing it in the movie. I can't remember his name all of a sudden. But they're saying that opportunity is right around the corner for you. And the Seven of Cups and the Emperor with playing it safe. Playing it safe says you're open to these opportunities because there's one right around the corner from you, and they want you to take action immediately to change things. And the action that should be taken shouldn't be killing you to do. This is something that should be feeling like, dude, this is great. Heck yeah. Throw in a massage, sure. Like it should be that kind of a change, that kind of a thing. Taking action as soon as it pops up. And then they're also showing that, especially if you're in a union, that your union is going to, it's almost as though it's going to feel epic. Small things, small changes, things that are more like, it would feel like a luxury to you. It should not feel like work, right? These changes should be something very minor that you should take action on. They're saying to watch for opportunities, or not necessarily watching for opportunities, but Page of Swords, if you're being optimistic mentally, if a Page of Swords is in a consciousness of optimism, this is excited. This is curious. How can I make certain, what can I do to make this better? Wow, I'm noticing that when this happens, more money is in my pocket, like that kind of vibe. You know what I mean? I notice whenever I do this, then more happens. Like, whenever I move this in the kitchen, then the light pours in better. Or whenever I have something on this setting, this or that happens. It's like that kind of an energy, a very optimistic, like, ooh, since I see that, I know how to manipulate this. And then I can see how we can make these changes and it's better. There's something about being very observant. Okay, because they're saying that whatever is lost was meant to be lost. We may not always understand why, right? But there's a higher purpose to certain things, being all the events, to all the stuff. There's a higher purpose to this. And they're saying through all the turmoil, there's a blessing that will be revealed, but they don't want you to be killing yourself either. They're just like, if it's too much, then it's too much. But I'm seeing a skeletal hand, which tells me that whatever is being lost, or whatever it is that Spirit's saying we're tearing or doing away with, this is something that has run its course. It's passed on. It's like it doesn't. It's obsolete. It is not important, and it is not helping anymore. It's hurting more than it's helping. It's taking away more than it's adding. Um, as far as blessings, right? I'm seeing the angel numbers 12, 12, 12, which is the energy of persistence, right? Understanding that the universe supports you in every way, right? It's a shift. It's about having enthusiasm and gratitude and just being happy about where you are versus what you lost. Like, I'm glad. Okay, good. Whatever is gone, it's like, you know, good riddance. So you could be dealing with an Aries or another Taurus. We have Sagittarius, right? Those are the main signs, which is, yeah. And you also have Capricorn, Virgo, Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius. So you could be an Aries Taurus cusp or a Taurus Gemini cusp. We also have Sagittarius, Capricorn cusp, and Capricorn, Aquarius, Virgo, Libra. If we're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.